I've been meaning to do a video on the importance of the front brake on a motorcycle. I think I touched on it, but I don't think I spent enough time getting across the importance of the front brake. And I just want to start by showing everybody how they usually put the larger disc or discs. They'll put, like on this particular bike, they put two huge discs on the front of the bike with 4 piston calipers. And you know what they're showing you is how important the front brake is. It's all your stopping power. So in other words, or let me describe how the physics of the motorcycle works when you're braking. And it even if if you're a back brake person, because you don't want to go over the handlebars, if you notice when you hit the back brake, your front fork compresses. So in other words, you hit the back brake, your weight's going forward, the weight goes onto the handlebars, and then front fork compresses. So all your weight, including the bike's weight, your weight, is focusing on the front wheel. That's basically how it works. So if you don't use a front brake, you're missing out on a lot of stopping power. So I guess there's not really much more I could say about it, but I just wanted to get that out there. I want to post this video, and maybe if I think something else, I'll edit it into this video. It's even it's wet out today. I'm going for a little ride. I haven't run this bike in a while, so just gonna go for a quick ride to get this running a little bit. But even when it's wet, you could still use the front brake. Like people, you have to be more discreet. You have to be more careful. And get set up here. Should have cleaned these mirrors too. It's all right. That's basically what I wanted to get across in this video is that to learn how to use the front brake. Another thing is when I'm riding, I generally keep 2 fingers on the front brake lever. It cuts down on the reaction time, and that's it. You don't have to have the 2 fingers on there, but just practice, get ready, be able to get 2 fingers onto the brake lever, because generally that's all that really that you need to stop most modern motorcycles. Is like there's 2 fingers, unless it happens to have a high effort brake level. But let me get going here. And most motorcycles, it's just 2 fingers, you'll be able to stop. But that may be something that you have to check out on your own bike and experiment with it. It's good to practice with the front brake. So when you're out, I would set aside time before you even, if you're a new rider, to use some side roads and practice using the front brake and getting good with it. You can apply a surprising amount of pressure to the front brake after you practice some to hold down the speed quickly and come to a safe stop. It's a very important thing. That's why I wanted to get this out there. I hope I can post this video. I had made other ones didn't like this, and just didn't get around to posting it, and I erased it off my camera. And but I want to definitely post this video, get it out there, and hopefully it helps them. People that say they just use the back brake, they've been misinformed, or I don't know if they came up with that theory on their own, that the back brake is all you really need. I guess it's easy to get faked out because a lot of new motorcycles, they have these huge back tires. Like this has a 190, 50, whatever, huge back tire that looks like that. Hit the back brake, that's gonna, the contact area. But you don't understand that when you do hit any brake, front or the back, the weight starts coming off that back wheel. That's the important thing to remember. That your weight is going forward, and your forks are compressing. The way the bike is going forward and kind of tipping, so that the balance point is more canted toward the front. If you understand what I'm saying. So that's something to keep in mind. It's not the best day to ride when it's wet, but I just want to get this thing running a little bit. And if you're careful and you know to use the front brake, and always look where you're going to. If you're going around a turn, don't look right in front of you. That's not where you're turning. Look where you're turning, and set up and have yourself ready to lean into the turn, less so when it's wet out, but still it's very important to look more into the turn rather than just straight ahead. I see a lot of guys doing that, and then generally they'll take the turn wide because they're not it's like you go where you look. So as you're going into a turn, you look at the traffic, of course, but then look into the turn where you're going. I have some rain gear I got, but it's not warm, so I don't want to put the rain gear on. It'll be all right once I get past these trees. Today, it's kind of a sporty bike, but it's more of an upright seating position. And it's funny, it's like when I ride this one as opposed to my R1, I ride different. I ride more conservatively. More by the book. Whereas with the R1, you're more in an aggressive position. And it tends to make you ride a little more aggressively. I still try to be safe, but it's just funny how that kind of affects you. How you're sitting on the bike affects how you ride. This is a more practical bike, FC1. It's also newer than my R1. It's a little bit heavier. Some sand. It's a little bit heavier, like about almost 60 pounds, 57, 58 pounds heavier. It has less power at the rear wheel. Supposedly it has 130, they tested it in one review that I saw. They tested it at 130 horsepower. Not too also has the FZ1 also has less of a, like right at the beginning of the rev range when you're first taking off, it's very mild, which believe it or not, I like it because it kind of acts like a rain mode, you know. When you're first taking off, it's harder. It's a little bit harder to break the wheels loose or wheelie because you know, it's just got a little bit less power in the lower RPMs. Which, you know, some bikes have different modes you can set it on. You can set it on race, like the Suzuki's, the GSXRs have 3 different modes, which is very good. I like that idea, you know, on a sports bike even. But this one sort of has a permanent rain mode in the lower RPM range, you know, which, you know, it's not bad. It still takes off, still good.